It's time we looked at technology. Several things to discuss this week, not least of which, can scammers really make your phone ring when it's set to silent? Because mine just did. Let us find out more from the gadget guru, Matt Porter of Matt Porter Web Designs. Hi, Matt.
Hiya.
Good to speak to you as always, my friend. Now, I've just read this and I don't know if it's true or not, but my phone definitely just rang in the middle of an interview and it is set to silent. And this particular website says, oh yeah, spammers can do that. They can make your phone ring even if it's on silent. Is that true, Matt?
I've certainly heard of strange things occurring with phones and things like that.
Yeah.
There are, I think, particular codes which can override these kind of silent systems so that you are contacted if necessary in an event of an emergency.
Well,
perhaps,
it did display.
Sure.
It said, emergency call, but it was just an ordinary number, some, 01335 or something. So,
Interesting. It's similar to the traffic alert system on cars, that even if you have them switched off, there are certain instances where they will switch on even if you don't want them to, so that it can. The idea being you can be alerted to something that's very urgent.
Well, I guess what we can learn from this is that if your phone rings and it's set to silent and you don't recognise the number, then there's every possibility it could be spam. But then if I go say that, people won't answer the emergency call, so ignore that advice.
Well, this is the problem, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, look, yesterday the budget, and that map included a VAT scrap on eBooks and newspapers. It's quite specific, that.
Yeah, this has been something that's been going on for quite a while, where it's very contentious, the sale of ebooks and things like that, or e-publications, but the fact that we don't have to pay VAT if we buy newspapers, books, journals, magazines, etc. It's VAT exempt, I believe. But ebooks and e-papers and all of those other things aren't. This has been now overturned or abolished, so that from the 1st of December we won't have to pay VAT on our ebooks, magazines, etc., which is a great thing. What it doesn't cover, unfortunately, is audiobooks. So you still pay VAT on audiobooks. The RNIB said that was disappointing.
Yeah, they have issued a statement to say that they find that very disappointing. Is this, do you think, an oversight? Because I can't imagine any politician is going to want to deliberately upset a group of people such as the RNIB.
It surely must be an oversight, I guess. I listen to audiobooks all the time. I'm not disabled, however, I'm still having to pay a 20% premium on my audiobook that I wouldn't be if I bought the book from a store. So I think that maybe it needs to be looked at. We've got a bit of time before this comes into effect, to the 1st of December, so hopefully it will be. But yeah, I don't see there's any difference between reading something online or reading it in a book form. In fact, it's probably less environmentally damaging to read it online, hopefully.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the basis behind this VAT cut. It's an environment thing, right?
Yeah, hopefully, yeah.
Gotcha. All right. From the bedroom to the bathroom, and specifically hair straighteners, and something new from Dyson, Matt.
Yes, Dyson wanting to be the forefront of all things domestic with their vacuum cleaners and all kinds of other things, hand dryers. They have now announced a cordless hair straightener, which apparently requires less heat, so it's less damaging on the person's hair. And it also, apparently, the straighteners are 65 microns thick, which is the width of a human hair, right. And thus can effectively, from what I understand it, almost straighten each individual follicle or each individual hair individually, so you don't have to keep going over and over and over and over the hair repeatedly and thus damaging it. So it's made from goodness me, I did write it, manganese copper alloy. It's slightly flexible as well.
I had no idea how important hair straighteners were until quite recently, actually. I failed to pack them, and then I said, well, what do you need those for? Put them in the bag now. Won't go anywhere without the hair straighteners. Wow.
We live in a world where looks and appearance are very important to people, and some people it helps them with their self-confidence. So you can't really argue against these things if it makes people feel better. I'm sure they'll feel delighted to know that this is around £400. This hair straightener.
How much? £400.
£400. Oh. Yeah, but conveniently, just to lessen that blow, it's available apparently in dark, nickel, and fuchsia, or purple and black. So that should make people feel a whole lot better when they make the purchase.
The difference. Vic, would you spend £400 on hair straighteners?
Will you?
Oh my goodness, she's thinking about it.
If I do have an expensive pair of straighteners, and they've lasted me years, and they are brilliant, so I would consider that.
You would consider £400 on hair straighteners?
Yes, but then I would arm over a flight for that much.
Here's what's going to be the problem, though, Matt. People are going to be straightening their hair like on the bus and on the tube and things like that, aren't they now, if they're going to be cordless?
Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah. If they do, I'll start shaving. I'll start shaving. That's what I'll do.
Yeah, I may be going to have people instead of having their expensive headphones stolen on the tube, they'll be having their hair straighteners stolen.
That'll be the next crime wave. Yeah, all right.
That's right. Yeah. No waving, in fact, because the wave will be straightened out. Wouldn't it?
The crime straight. That's what it will be. Not a crime wave. Finally, Microsoft have said that they are they are responsible for dismantling a large international network of zombie bots that were causing 9 million computers problems, accessing or facilitating crime, and goodness knows what is this story, Matt?
Yeah, this is something that's been apparently 8 years in the planning, with 35 countries, partners in 35 countries around the world. Basically, there were these automated systems. A botnet is an automated system that does generally unpleasant things. In this case, it was finding and registering domain names, automatically building websites, and then uploading infected software onto those websites. The emails would then be sent out to people unsuspected saying, please connect to your XYZ and reset your password. They would unwittingly click on those, which would send them to these malicious websites, which would then do things such as steal identity, gain access to your bank accounts, and all of those kind of unpleasant things. Stealing passwords, sell you pharmaceuticals, and all of that kind of unpleasant stuff. Yeah. What Microsoft managed to do here was they used an algorithm, which I assume was some kind of artificial intelligence, which could in advance predict the domain names that were going to be registered next and block them before in advance, so that people actually couldn't access them at all, which is really, really good use of technology, where you're blocking stuff before it even becomes a problem. And apparently this has resulted in the dismantling of this zombie botnet.
So they've obviously had some success. I do worry, though, and Microsoft are by no means alone in this, but their product Outlook will frequently put emails from my producer Vic into the spam folder, and there is a balance to be drawn. If we're too strict with all of this stuff, we end up missing stuff.
Yeah, listen, I manage email delivery for dozens and dozens and dozens of customers, and many times I'm having to contact different providers and not pleading with them, but trying to sort of explain to them that this email shouldn't be put into spam.
Exactly.
But billions of emails are sent, spam emails are sent on a daily basis, and the fact that these systems are in place that can, we would have our mailboxes absolutely full with rubbish, or more rubbish than normal, if these systems weren't in place. And it's just, you're chasing your tail because you get these false positives all the time. And I get them. I get people. In fact, I had a company ring up and berating me saying, why did you delete our email when you told us we were interested? And I go and look in my spam and it's sitting in there.
There it sits.
What are you blaming me for?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's right. But it's great news that they're working against these things.
The advice: never click on a link unless you are absolutely certain it is a genuine link, right?
Yeah, these malicious, there's pop-ups that come up on websites, anything like that saying your computer's infected, all of those things. Please, please, please don't ever click on any of those links. Don't ring any of those numbers. They are not there to help you. They're there to steal your money, and they don't care a jot about what situation you might be in financially or in health. They just want your money. So don't click on anything like that. Don't ring any numbers. Just go to your nearest supplier or something and speak to somebody you trust.
Matt Porter of Matt Porter Web Designs with the tech update for this week. Matt, have a great week. Thank you, my friend.
You too, thanks.